Hi, my name is Danielle with Qooqee.com, and I want to welcome you to join me in this tutorial today for the Hover for Other widget. Today I'm going to be giving you a full walkthrough of how to apply and customize the hover effects on your site using Hover for Other. Hover for Other is a powerful widget that allows you to really take control of advanced hover effects. So if you wanted to manipulate the scale, the position, the rotation of objects on your page, you're completely able to do that in a customized way. So whether it's on an image, in a basic gallery, or maybe your gallery has a trigger to activate it, or even on text and images. It's an extremely versatile widget and provides you with everything you need to get some awesome hover effects. So let's jump straight in. So to start off, I'm going to add some simple shapes onto my page. I'll be using some squares and some circles. So now that I have all my shapes and they're exactly where I want them to be and how I want them to be, now I can add some names. I'm going to name them in the tooltip panel using hyperlinks, tooltip, and give them a simple name without any special characters. So SQ for squares. For circles, I'll use hyperlinks, tooltip, CI. So now I have my objects, they have their names, and I can go to the library panel and add in my widget straight onto my page and add those same names into this area right here. Remember to add in one space in between each group name and use the exact same names that you used on the actual objects. So let's preview that. You can see when I hover over an object, the main object that's getting hovered over is getting scaled up, while the other ones are scaling down and losing some opacity. All these properties are completely customizable within the option panel. So let's go do that. Let's go customize and see. I'm going to cover these up and open this guy up and start with easing. The easing is the transition, and the transition that we'll have for when you hover and hover off. So let's pick bouncy end. The transform origin is where the effect will be happening from. I'm going to choose center. And the return duration is how long it will take for your object to return to its normal state. I'm going to leave that at 1 second with a 0.3 delay on that action. The hovered object is the object that will have the cursor over it. I'm going to leave that at 100% opacity. I like that. I don't want it to move horizontally or vertically. If I wanted it to move to the left or down, I would use a negative value. Positive values will move it to the right and up. For the scale, if I were to put it to 2, it would double. If I put it to 0.5, it would be in half, but I'm going to leave it at 1. I don't want it to have a rotation, and I want it to take 0.4 seconds for this action to happen with a 0 delay, so immediately. The other objects are going to have those same properties, but you get to customize them separately. I'll leave it at a 50% opacity when I hover, and a 0 movement horizontally or vertically. I want it to go to half, so 0.5. 0 degree rotation, 0.4 duration, 0 delay, leaving those the same as the hovered object. And let's preview. So when I hover over, you see that bounce, you see that transition. Now what if I wanted another object on the page to start that action? That would be a trigger. So all you have to do is create your trigger. Any object on the page can be a trigger. I'm going to use a text box. I'm going to duplicate it and give it to the squares. And now I'm able to name my triggers. I'll name them the same way I did with my groups, CI, except I'll add dash trigger at the end. I'll do the same with squares, SQ dash trigger. And now the last step is to go to start when in the option panel and go to hover on trigger. So let's preview that. And you see when I hover over the triggers, those groups get those actions. So that's the Hover for Other widget. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment below or check out the help docs. I'm Danielle with Qooqee.com, and thanks for tuning in.